Good morning. Sergeant First Class Reginald Knight, retired, reporting. Well, this is what it looks like when the last bit of decency is stripped away from America. When the man who sits in the Oval Office appeals to the Supreme Court in order to allow 42 million people to starve, 16 million of them children, and people think it's no big deal. This is what it looks like when the Coast Guard issues a memorandum saying that swastikas and nooses are okay. When the people that were fired know better than anyone that unity is paramount, particularly in the Coast Guard. When they're out on the open seas and trying to save lives, now they're going to be looking at each other with contempt. This is what it looks like when there's no money for Medicare, there's no money for USAID, but Kristi Noem can buy 10 jets with no engines in them, with no oversight, and no repercussions. This is what it looks like when Donald Trump is having a press conference and a person collapses and he stands there completely detached, unemotional, uninvolved, not caring if that individual expires or not. And now, this is what it looks like when the man who sits in the Oval Office threatens Democratic senators and congresspeople, saying that they are committing seditious acts by telling service members to seek legal counsel. The Hague is already looking into the over 70 people unalive from these Caribbean fishing expeditions. I'll leave it at that. And at some point, there will be accountability. I'll tell you the seditious act. The seditious act is a POTUS, quote unquote, who can threaten the lives of his own citizens. When his job is supposed to be, national spokesperson and making people's lives better. I sincerely hope, and the only thing on my Christmas list this year is that those ghosts in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Classic visit Donald Trump. And instead of taking him through the paces, I think they'll just get together and say, you know what? Screw it. God sent us down here to tell you, you aren't redeemable. We're just going to refer you over to the last guy, and they go home. Because in this America, there is nothing good and decent that's going to come from it. And in Donald Trump's past, present, and future, that trend continues. It's not just troubling, it's dangerous. Sergeant First Class Reginald Knight, retired, reporting. But before I go, remember, we have a week to go before the shutdown. Get the supplies you need and sit tight, because we're going to make this happen. Have a good day.